This is Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories, talking today with Deanna Carr. Hey, Deanna, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's been forever since we talked, so I'm glad that we're talking again. All right,
Yes.
today's topic is part 17 of mermaids, dolphins, whales, and other ocean creatures and questions.
Okay.
And I'm joking because we've done several videos about it, and then people ask more questions. It's a big topic, so very
hmm
interesting questions.
Yeah.
So the first thing is about mermaids. How do they regulate their body temperature?
It's like a layer around them that kind of regulates it. So it's not just them and the water.
Yeah.
There is a layer of protective surface around them
Yeah.
to regulate.
Okay. So they
And it
have
does it
like,
by itself.
is it a physical layer or is it etheric, like just an energetic layer?
More of an energetic layer. Like you wouldn't be able to like feel clothing or whatever.
Okay. Like we have an aura that's multiple layers and it's different, So
hmm
they have kind of like the same thing, but that keeps them warm or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
It's basically like a protective coat that changes according to body temp and water temp.
Okay. What do mermaids eat?
Food.
Well, okay.
Um, well, most of them are actually on a plant-based diet. They don't actually eat fish, if that's
Okay.
their question.
Yeah.
Um, there are different types of plants in the ocean. Not all of them are on the vegetarian type of diet, but most of them are because they do have relationships with the fish and surrounding animals. Um, so yeah, if
Okay.
that I hope that
We
answers it.
we saw video years ago come out. There was someone in a deep sea sub and they were taking a picture out the window and like a fish came by with like an arrow stuck in its side and
Mhm.
there were some mermaids swimming around in that point. So they were trying to make the point that the mermaids used, arrow type spear things to catch their fish. Was that an accurate depiction, that particular video?
Yeah, so most of them do use arrows. I mean, it's spearfishing. It's usually the
Yeah,
easiest way.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's usually the easiest way to do spearfishing. Like I said, not all of them are on that vegetarian diet, so they do eat the fish,
Okay.
um, but not all of them.
Okay. Do mermaids need to breathe air? Like,
No.
like we have air that we breathe into our lung that circulates around our body. They don't need to
Mm-mm.
do that. Okay.
No, they have, I want to say like a different style of breathing. I don't
Mhm.
know what, if it's like, CO2 or whatever, but they're able to breathe multiple types of air.
Okay, cool. All right.
Mm,
Do we did videos on android or mechanical sharks before. We did a few videos
yes.
on them. Do the android or mechanical sharks, are they used to track mermaids? Because we talked about how they have tracking devices, cameras, and all that stuff in them. Are they
hmm
tracking the mermaids?
They have multiple purposes. Tracking mermaids is one of them. Their main goal is to find where sharks actually mate. For most of those that, especially don't watch Shark Week, they don't know where sharks actually reproduce.
Mhm.
And that is kind of the big question. That's one of the biggest things because so my process on this is sharks don't actually mate in this world. They
Right.
actually go to a different realm.
Right.
But it is something that nobody's been able to track or figure out. So that is what the biggest subject matter is.
Okay. Okay. So, a mechanical shark, like they might try to lure in a shark to try to mate with it or whatever. Like the
Mhm.
sharks know, right? They know that they're not natural sharks, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
They
they're
definitely
not.
know. And then even if they try to mate with said shark, they still have a a track, like it's basically an internal tracker. They know where to go, they know how to get there.
Mhm.
It's a GPS that they don't need to put into like a code in or anything.
Right.
It's just internal. They've also, I mean, there has been footage that they start to dive down, but after that, there is nothing. Okay, so there's been a lot of speculation on where they go to. So they figure if we create these mechanical sharks, they'll be able to get us more detailed information when in reality is not going to happen because they're not stupid and the mechanical sharks they give off energy. So people, the other animals and people can even read that energy when you're in tune.
Okay. Interesting. All right,
Hmm.
now do sharks attack dolphins like we're gonna say natural sharks, organic sharks?
Not really. They do work together.
Okay.
Once in a while, I mean, there might be a little scuff here and there, but there is communication between the two. And
Okay.
if you guys might not know this, but dolphins are actually like vicious. Um, although they're considered these very sweet, cuddly creatures for some reason, they are very vicious animals. But they do go hands in hands with sharks. They do not have a ongoing fight, if that's an answer.
Okay, so yes, that is an answer. So you're saying that dolphins now, as far as humans though, dolphins seem to protect humans.
Oh, yeah, no, not against humans. We're
Okay.
talking about the ocean. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. No, it's just interesting to differentiate. So
Yeah.
basically, sharks and dolphins have a way of communicating, and they're in some sort of agreement about what's
Yes.
happening, what their roles are. They both do their things, and usually there's not a scuffle. If there is a scuffle, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do dolphins create portals like whales and sharks?
They can. Right now it's more about a specific st type of dolphin that's creating the portals. The other ones kind of lost that access. What happened to most of the sea creatures is they've been here too long
Mhm.
and they don't always leave. So once in a while they will create portals, but some of them have forgotten. But they do still create them,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I know that's
Okay.
kind of confusing.
And they have their own, we're going to call it planet or wherever they go.
Some of them, yes, some of them don't have a planet anymore. It has been disintegrated.
Mm, okay. Okay. I have seen reports of a certain kind of dolphin that is on the edge of extinction. And
Hmm.
I'm thinking like I haven't really heard or seen much about it, so maybe that's the one you're talking about, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. We had talked before about Megalodon, giant shark that's way down in the depths of the ocean, eating a whale. And it just took a couple bite marks out of it. And I had seen a video. The whale was washed up on a shore. It was, the
Yeah.
whale itself is huge. So the bite
Yep.
marks were giant. Okay. So a Megalodon is incredibly big. All right. Do they have some sort of an agreement with the whales or the dolphins? Like, why would that megalodon eat the whale?
Megalodon is its own classification. I don't even think people consider it sharks at this point.
Oh,
People consider it more of like a dinosaur because they think it's extinct. Um, it does not classify in the rules of the sharks. It is going to do what it wants when it wants. For the most part, it is stuck down below, and it's going to eat what it can because it is in one of the deepest parts. Megalodons cannot create portals. They have been subject to stay puts, let's say. Um, Not that they're bad, but because they had their gifts have been taken in a sense. They have been trapped in the lower parts of the ocean, so their food sources are very minimal.
hmm
So if they find something, especially a carcass, they are going to eat it.
okay. Are they like on the verge of extinction or whatever down there?
No, there's a lot of them.
Ooh. Okay, how about the kraken? We talked about the kraken before. There's more than one, right? Are
Oh yeah,
they
definitely.
are they on the verge of extinction?
No,
Okay.
we just think they're extinct because we can't see it.
We don't see it.
Humans have this horrible idea that if we don't see it, it doesn't exist
Right.
or it's extinct. Now, that's not saying all creatures, because there are creatures that have gone extinct because of us, but the ones, especially in the ocean, are doing pretty
Yeah.
well because we
Yeah.
can't really touch them. Not all of them. There are ones that, we're taking too much of.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're doing well.
Okay. It's interesting stuff, isn't it? Okay.
Hmm.
Now, a while ago, we had done lots of videos on this. You said that whales could and did walk on land. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So tell me why they would walk on land and how. How did they support all that weight on their fins or their feet? Like, it doesn't
Okay,
even make
so
sense.
first off, they probably don't want to walk on lands anymore. That would be crazy of them to do,
Yeah,
and that would put them at great risk.
right.
So it used to be a thing because there wasn't really that many humans around. They felt a little bit more comfortable and safer.
Mm.
What would happen is they pretty much are encased in water per se, and they kind of hover above the land. They don't actually walk. They don't have like their fins, start to push down and
Like
hold
we
them up
do.
like a seal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically like a coating that supports them and creates a hover for
Ah.
them.
Okay. So basically they'd come up and like, hey, I think I'll look around the land and hover around and then go back into the ocean and everybody was happy. But now because our
Mhm.
population is you know, what it is,
Yeah.
larger and more bloodthirsty, if you will, they don't do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Now, this is a question I kind of hate to ask, but I'm going to. Are these mechanical slash android sharks used to track mermaids so the humans can find them?
Yes.
Okay, so we've seen a lot of video recently of humans capturing the mermaids so that the elite can actually eat them. And is that what they're using these sharks for?
There's a mix of what they're doing. I mean, eating them probably is happening. Another thing is actually find like they want to find their housing, right? They are more
Ah,
technology advanced than us
yeah,
in most ways, even though we don't really consider that.
yeah,
So what they're really after is their housing and their technology.
yes.
They have not been able to find it, and with the technology they have, they're probably not going to be.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, this is a side topic, believe it or not, not related to ocean creatures. Whoa! But I thought we're going to throw it in there because we did get some questions. This is about wolves and werewolves. So, right now, there are lots of states in the US that are approving hunters killing wolves
Mhm.
and bears. I see that a lot with the bears. Okay. They're allowed to kill hibernating bears, blah, 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 blah. I'm against all of that, of course, but are they killing the wolves to get to the werewolves in some way? Or is it just they want to kill?
No, it's as they want to get to them. So just think about it. If most don't understand how to differentiate between the wolves and the werewolves,
Yeah.
so they're just going to do it all.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make
Mhm.
sure. And there's
Yeah.
not really much, we can do at this moment.
I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, people can band together and try to
Yeah.
get it like banned. The problem is that even if this is banned, people are still going to do it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things like there are people out there that are kind of psychotic. They like the hunts, they like that. Now, something's going to happen to them. I mean, I know what was it? There's this one a few years ago. This guy and his kid went out on a search to, get bears, and they ended up getting hurt themselves in a very nasty way. So things do happen to people that go out of their way to harm these beings. But there are some crazy people out there that don't really care and they're going to risk it.
Right. Right.
Why? I don't know. They're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Last question along this topic. What is the difference between a werewolf and a dog man? Is there a difference?
Um, A little bit. A werewolf is going to have more capacity and abilities. They're also larger. So
Oh,
you would notice that they are a larger species.
okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
right. So I think we're going to cap up this topic now. Of course, if there's questions, go ahead and ask them. But I thought
of course.
it's worth answering the questions because they're good ones, right? So
Yeah,
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much,
of
Deanna. I
course.
appreciate your time.
Yep, bye.
Bye-bye.